Hey folks, this is Vint with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly revisit Schedule 1. It's important to stress that this is an early access build, so everything that you're about to see is subject to change, and these tips may change as well. Speaking of which, I have about 50 hours on record, and I wanted to convey the things I wish I knew prior to getting into this game. So consider these beginner tips. There are some intermediate tips in here, but for the most part, these are beginner tips that will help new players get acclimated into the game. Number one, and we're going to start in no particular order here, whenever you order a dead drop from your phone, it'll start accumulating debt. You'll have to pay off that debt. And one tip I wanted to give new players is that it's okay to leave extra money in the different stashes that are in the environment. Each of the different sellers has their own personal stash somewhere in the environment, and that's how you pay off your debt. You deposit money to that stash. But you can leave extra money there. So the next time you order a dead drop, your debt will either be partially paid or paid in full, depending on how much money you have in there. That'll save you some time having to run to the stash every single time to pay off your debt. In the beginning of the game, I passed on buying a certain item, and I regret doing so. It's the trash picker. I was picking up trash by hand and putting it into the cash for trash disposal things, the boxes. And I was earning small amounts of cash, but little did I know, for 45 bucks or whatever it is, it's a small amount, you can just start accumulating trash into your bin. You can dump that entire bin into the cash for trash disposal system. It makes life so much easier, especially in the beginning of the game when you're trying to get little bits of cash here and there. You can pick one up at Dan's Hardware. It's on the northeast side of the map. It's available in other places, but in the beginning of the game, that's typically what you'll have access to. Now, this is more of an intermediate tip, I would say, because most players aren't going to worry about quality straight away. But when you do start noticing those little stars in the upper left of each product that you have made, you'll see like a blue star or a purple star, even a yellow star, depending on how good the quality is. And I just want to quickly convey that quality does not affect the price. So if you're worried about like getting the most out of your products by making high quality items, you're not going to earn more money doing that. Now, increasing quality is important because later on in the game, you're going to be trying to earn as many customers as possible by giving them free samples. And in the later parts of the game, in the harder areas, they are going to demand higher quality goods. So what I do is I keep a stash of high quality stuff off to the side, and I don't sell that, but I keep it in reserve so that when I do need to convert a customer and bring them on board into my little network, I'll have that super stash ready to go. Just be sure to pay attention to a particular customer's favorite effects. In the beginning, it won't matter so much, but later on in the game, your percentage chance of converting a customer will increase if you cater to their favorite effects and give them a high quality sample. So when you think you're ready to hire an employee, just note that you will need to assign each employee a bed, so account for that when you're trying to figure out spatial stuff, like where everything should go. And each location that you can work/live out of has an employee limit. The motel, for example, your starter location, you cannot put any employees in there. The next location, the Fat Dragon Inn or whatever it's called, has that sweatshop on the second floor in the back. That can hold one employee. Then there's the bungalow, which can hold a total of 5 employees. That's not a bad one to work out of for a while, but you can still easily solo that. And then the barn. The barn can hold 10 employees, and that is when I started getting into the whole employee thing. It was an eye-opener. This video will not concentrate on how to get employees to work, but rather just telling you that there are limits. And then there's the warehouse down by the docks. That also has an employee limit of 10. Real quick, this is something I neglected to see right away. You can zoom in on your phone's map in order to see locations. There's no mini-map, there's no compass, so I was getting lost all the time. But for right now, this is what we've got, and this will just have to do, I guess. The curfew system, some like it, some don't, and it adds a little bit of spice and danger to the game, because if you're out after hours, you can get arrested for no reason other than that you're out after hours. So this quick tip is just to let you know that there's a reason to be outside and, risk getting arrested. You actually earn more money doing deals after the curfew. So the next time someone texts you and say, hey, can I get some of this? You can schedule it for, say, late night or something like that. Meet them. And then not only will you get the money for the deal, but you'll also get a bonus for that curfew. So keep an eye out. If you're good at navigating in the dark and staying away from the police, then by all means, stay out after curfew. So there are 3 different container types in this game. There's baggies, there's jars, and there's bricks. Baggies hold 1 of a product, jars hold 5 of a product, and bricks are just an entity in itself. They hold 20 of something, or they are 20 of something. Just remember that when you're doing a deal, because if a customer asks you for, say, 1, like marijuana, weed, whatever, just 1 of a product, if you give them a jar, you're actually giving them 4 extra on top of what they wanted. And of course, you're going to lose out on some money that way. Now, while we're at it, we might as well talk about percentage chance of success. Each customer has their own amount of money that they hold, and you can kind of see and you can kind of gauge what they have by continuously adding and removing expensive products onto their offered deal section. When they go from, say, like 80% or 70% down to 0% after adjusting the price, say up 10, up 100, whatever, then you'll start seeing how much money they actually have. And for that reason, it's really hard to sell a brick because it is, again, 20 of something and they tend to be more expensive. So give your bricks to the dealers and use jars and baggies if you're going to sell by hand, unless you've got bricks that are super cheap. So as you play, you may notice certain businesses for sale. And you're probably thinking to yourself, if I buy this business, does that mean I get free money every so often, like a dividend? The answer is no. So if you ever go to an ATM, you'll see that your deposit limit to turn cash into electronic money is $10,000. And that's typically, I think, per week. So until you're able to do that, like deposit $10,000, you don't even need to worry about businesses right now. But when you do hit that $10,000 cap and you still need to deposit more money into your electronic bank account, then you can go to Raise Realty, I think it is, and start buying businesses. This allows you to launder money to turn that green, dirty cash into clean electronic money. It doesn't give you free money. It just transfers the dirty money into the clean money. So you're going to be unlocking new customers as you give out free samples, and then you're going to come across dealers and sellers, which are also locked. And rather than trying to find the people that you need to sell to in the environment in order to make them happy so that they unlock that dealer or seller, you can just assign the people around that dealer or seller to an existing dealer that you already have, and just have them sell to those particular people. And over time, their happiness will go up automatically so that you don't have to run around and try and find them and sell to them manually. Once you have the money, I believe it's $1,500, I recommend springing for the best skateboard there is. I believe it's the golden skateboard. I used that for like 25 hours. I just recently got the car and I still don't use the car as much. The golden skateboard is fast. It doesn't do well on gravel, but you can jump and get over that problem. Yeah, golden skateboard. Check it out when you can. Last but not least, there is a Schedule 1 calculator out on the web that'll help you figure out the costs of things and how much money you get for mixing these particular things together. And if you need to get certain effects onto certain products, there's even a reverse calculator. Now, it's worth mentioning that this website is beta, and there's even a message saying they're migrating to a new thingamabob. I'm not technical, but it's there. So while it's there, I'll put a link in the below description for you. Definitely check it out. It'll help you deal with the more problematic customers that want particular effects. And there you have it. Now, this wasn't a full comprehensive guide, and like I said, this is an early access title, so stuff will change over time. If you guys have any tips you'd like to share, leave them in the comments below. This is Vince. Thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all next time. Take care.